Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Afiq Hakimi bin Ahmad Az-Zawawi, and my member's name is Muhammad Azman Haikal bin Khairul Nizam. So our group will be present the topic about the SSH automation using Netmiko. For the introduction, the daily automation is something on which most network engineers rely to manage their daily workload. Network automation is a constructive approach for improving consistency and reliability of routine and time-consuming IT-based operation. It fulfills even unique demands such as a connection with software and web system, and helps network manager in their everyday activities, which are becoming increasingly complex as a device are diverse and technology is rapidly developing. For the project background, the Secure Shell SSH is a network protocol providing a secure environment and a remote computer connection. Netmiko is successfully connecting to device via an SSH connection. Netmiko is a Python multi-vendor library to simplify connection to many network vendors and platforms. The execution of setups commands for different vendors was also interrupted. Netmiko can be also in a good option in top IX, since most equipment is focused on Cisco solution. Cisco IOS, IOS SE, ASA, and SOS, IOS SR, and WLC are supported by Netmiko. The problem statement of this project is dealing with mixed vendor and products. Number 2, mesh configuration. And number 3, out-of-band network management. The objective of this project is to develop the efficiency of scripting in configuring network device. The second objective is to investigate a service with encrypted access. Next, we move to the significant. The Netmiko managed multiple operations in the background, such as inserting unknown SSH key host, setting the terminal format distance and height, and accessing allow mode when required before disabling paging with a vendor or specific orders. The network controllability improved and updates can be deployed more quickly if not immediately.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Azman Haikal bin Khairul Nizam. For my part, I will present the SSH automation code and simulate the network. As you can see in our network design, it assembles the campus network or faculty within faculty networks. We use 3-tier architecture for the complex ones, where it improves horizontal scalability, performance, and availability. There are several types of Cisco device that we use in our network design, which are Internet, Ethernet switch, network automation, router, DLS, ALS, or Cisco IOS VL2, switch, and end user. For the SSH automation configuration, we use 3 different type code, which are Netmiko 1, the basic configuration, Netmiko 2, for range VLAN configuration, Netmiko 3, the last one, a little bit advanced, where we call these 2 files to run within the Netmiko 3 Python. But first, we have to configure SSH connection between network automation in DLS, ALS, all these 5 switches. It needs to be configured to support SSH connection by using this command. The name is Dora, our team name, password is Netmiko, and you might want to configure the secret password, but it's just for the simulation. If in the real world, you might want to use secret command, secret password command. Once you are already done code the SSH, you can access the DLS and ALS in the network automation using this command. SSH Tora, the username and the IP address. You need to enter the password. Okay, you already can access the LS1. Is it? How about the others? Netmiko. So we already done our code and successfully access the DLS and ALS. Let's talk about the code that we use. First, Netmiko 1. In this Netmiko 1, you can see that we have from Netmiko import connect handler. These example are extracted from open source project. We have to declare our device IP address, the SSH password, where our device we use Cisco iOS, IP address DLS1 T, username Tora, password Netmiko, and the important program, the net connection equal connect handler iOS. This is used to establish an SSH connection to the device by passing in the device dictionary. And our configure command, use int loop 0 and IP address. Let's try run it. Python 3. We did it. You can see the loopback command, and this is the command that we put. Okay, this is a basic configure command. You can put this command and set for this or ALC configure or anything configure, basic configure, using the same program. Let's go to the next Netmiko 2. This Netmiko 2 program use the basic Netmiko import connection handler, and for this program we config in the DLS1 and DLS2, DLS3 for 3 type of DLS, the core layer. What type of our configure? Like I say, we used to extend the VLAN, the range of VLAN. If we use the 1x1 configure like the first Netmiko 1, it may be a little hard since we have to put 1x1 range, VLAN 1, VLAN 2, VLAN 3. So to make easy for administrator, we make a range 2 until 6, which are not CE5. Let's try it. Okay, it runs smoothly. As you can see, it runs one by one. It create one by one VLAN. First do the DLS1 until 5, DLS2, and the last DLS3. You can use this program for the future code that you need to do in the real network. The last will be Netmiko 3. Clear first. This is Netmiko 3 program. We have all type of switch from DLS2 to DLS3 and ALS4 and ALS5. Let's say we call the file of iOS v2 and iOS v. For the iOS v2, we config to the AL. What type of command? I will show you next. And for the iOS v, we config to all the switch except DLS1. So let's see in the files of iOS v2 and iOS v more iOS v. This is the trunk configure that we will put in all of AL and DLS, where we have the range G01 until 2, G01, 01 until G02, and gigabit internet 1/0 until 3, 1, 2, and we have switchport trunk encapsulation. We have mode trunk non-negotiate and switchport trunk allow VLAN all. How about iOS v2? In iOS v2, you config in G2/0 switchport security configure, where we have port security maximum, aging time. This all we already do in our lab. If I'm not mistaken, 1 or 2, like 1 or 2 for the user. From the AL, this to the AL to the switch in the access layer. So without wasting time, let's run it. It may take several time to config, since it need to config more configure, which is trunk configure and switch port security configure. By doing this, the administration may reduce the error to config all the network. By using the automation, just run the 3 type of file, Netmiko 1, Netmiko 2, and Netmiko 3. Okay, it successfully run the program. So why we use the mode trunk and switch port security? The main purpose of trunking is to carry traffic between switches and maintain the VLAN information. For the port security, it provides the ability to limit what address will be allowed to send traffic on individual switch port within the switches network. This is for more security on the network design. Enable Netmiko password SSH show IP SSH. As you can see, we use the version of 1.999, but you can use the version 2 it already published, and the authentication timeout. We just show run config, the password that we put in the early command. So we pass to the Afiq for conclusion.
The conclusion of this project is the Netmiko library assists clients with concealing numerous subtleties of a normal gadget interchange capacities. It is utilized Paramiko for the low SSH availability. However, it furnishes more noteworthy deliberation of the correspondence with an assortment of organization gadget models. Netmiko upholds a wide scope of gadgets, and the Netmiko script is a lot more limited than the Paramiko script. As should be obvious, Netmiko utilizes a simpler method to associate with switches utilizing connect handler, which is additionally utilizing SSH in the backend. Also, when we use Netmiko, we need to determine the gadget type that we need to control. That's all from us. Thank you.